Hello my dudes and welcome back to the channel. This is Kadima with another Wulong Fallen Dynasty video, this time regarding the most recent patch to the game, the patch 1.04, and the official website patch notes can be found on the Team Ninja /studio.com. You can do this search yourselves, or you can just go on Google and search Wulong patch 1.04 notes, and you can quickly go through them yourselves. I want to talk about a few official ones that can be found on by the official developers of the game. Some are quite useful, some are just some adjustments and bug fixes. But the main reason for this video is that I actually came across some hardcore evidence that some features that have been adjusted are not on the patch notes. And I have a theory why there is, and that's the reason why I believe it is important to discuss this. So if you go onto the website, the first thing you are going to find across the notes, it's regarding the adjustments for all platforms when it comes to the added feature that automatically restocks arrows, projectiles and consumable items from the storehouse upon accessing a battle flag. This is of course very good. All you have to do now is go to the battle flag and all the arrows and crossbow bolts will be automatically restocked for you. You don't have to manually change from your storehouse to the inventory. The game now does that for you automatically, which is quite useful. This is also true for consumable items, so that's a good thing. There are also some adjustments that have to do with the lock-on mechanism and the fatal strikes, deflects, and the ability to switch the lock-on to different targets now during those animations. Some adjustments that have to do with bugs and fixes about players getting stuck in certain areas. They apparently corrected that. They also changed the morale rank to 20 while at the base in the hidden village. They made some adjustments to AI and damage taken from critical blows in certain missions, and upward adjustments to morale points in specific missions as well. And then you got a lot of notes regarding the major bug fixes across all platforms, and specifically about Microsoft versions as well. But the number one reason why I am making this video is to talk about the adjustments that are not on the official website, but I can assure you they are in game. I had the chance to test this myself twice. Unfortunately, by the time I was going to record my first finding, I made the mistake and I've recorded the wrong amount of time, so I didn't manage to save my first finding. But I did save it for this time, and as the video plays in the background about me farming the monkey, what I want you to take notice is that this footage seems like a normal everyday farming of the monkey. I'm farming the ape. I've got my luck farming build, which has 232 luck, as you can see from my previous build video, my previous farming video. I have made absolutely no changes to the build. It's exactly as it was. I've got the same item drop rate, I've got the same luck, I've got the same damage output when it comes to the spells that I'm using. All of that seems absolutely fine. The one thing I did notice though is the hammer. When I hit with a hammer, it doesn't seem to be doing that much damage now. It's not like it was doing massive amounts of damage before, don't get me wrong, but I can tell a little bit of a difference. And the reason being, it's because I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but some of my subscribers have also pointed this out for me. Certain enchants, elemental enchants, appear to have been nerfed. So if you have a weapon with ice enchant on it, it appears that damage is no longer as high as it used to be before the patch. Now, as you can see, it's not a massive difference, but it is a big difference if you are using a melee focused build, and you are doing damage with your weapon and you are no longer doing that much damage. So per hit, a very small difference. Ultimately speaking, it's a big difference by the end of a fight when it comes to fighting bosses or the big NPCs that you can duel for their pieces of armor. That makes a big difference by the end of it. Another thing I want to point out is, as you can probably tell, if you have been watching the video in the background, and that's the number one reason for this video, is something that has actually changed, and it's not on the patch notes, and it's absolutely insane. And I have evidence of this, and the evidence is actually playing in the background as I speak. So, drop rates. The drop rates for 5-star gear, and not only 5-star gear, but gear in general, were terrible before the patch. Let's be honest, the drop rate of 5 stars in particularly is terrible. On average, I was getting a 5-star piece of equipment every 4 to 6 ape kills. So I was farming this ape for 2-3 days in a row for the past 3 days, and I actually have footage of me doing so because I decided to record some evidence of me getting at least a 5-star piece of gear, either if it was an accessory or a weapon or a piece of armor at 5 stars. I was getting one every 4 to 6 kills. So on average, every 5 kills, I would get a drop of a 5-star gear. As you can probably tell by the background, I've been killing the monkey for 8 minutes now, and I have killed him, 10 times by now? Not a single 5-star drop. Not one. And you can see this for yourselves, because if you rewind the footage for the entire time I've been speaking, you can tell I have not received a single 5-star drop so far. So there seems to be even more significant chance, a lower chance, even more significantly lower chance of 5-star gear drops. And not only that, even the 4-star gear appears to be dropping even less as well. I was getting a 5-star piece of gear and maybe 1 4-star and a 3-star. Now, this is when I get my first 5-star gear. Look, right there. That was the first one after 11 or 12 kills. It's insane. They pretty much made it twice as hard to get these drops. And another thing I have noticed, and you will notice at the end of the video, is that now, when you compare to any footage of me doing this farming before, you can actually get 2-star rated gear here. 2-star. I have been farming this monkey for days. I am 100% sure that before the patch I got a 5-star piece of equipment there. It's an accessory, but it's not even a good one. And let's be honest, 5-star accessories are not the same thing as getting an actually 5-star piece of gear set, because those are harder to find. Accessories, you can get them from the pandas. It's easy. But back to what I was saying. I've been farming this monkey for 3 days in a row. Not a single time it dropped me anything lower than 3 stars. Not once. And this was before the patch. But today, I heard about the patch. I read the patch notes. But somehow, I had a feeling that for some reason, Team Ninja was actually going to do the opposite of what they were supposed to do. We have all been complaining about the same thing when it comes to gear drops and the rate of 5-star gear drops in particular, but also the Grace gear sets are not that easy to find. But if you watch again any of my previous footage on my previous farming guide videos, you can see them popping quite frequently, even at 4 stars, which is not happening anymore. I've been farming this guy all day again today, and not only I am now getting 2-star drops, but I rarely get a Grace set piece. And 5-star gear drops are even rarer than they used to be. So I don't know what is going on with Team Ninja, and I also don't understand why would they keep this quiet, because it's not on the patch notes, but it's pretty obvious, and I'm not the only person saying this. I have some of my other subscribers pointing this out as well, and if you guys are watching the video, feel free to leave a comment down below to reiterate this, but the drop rates have been touched, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why, if they were going to be touched, was to be making them worse. They are much worse. I have been farming this guy since I woke up this morning, and where I am at the moment, it's 4:30 in the afternoon, and I have had, what, 8 pieces of 5-star gear so far? But more shocking is I had 2-star gear drops since the patch. Not once, but 3 at least, which is not normal. This was not happening before, and it's now happening. So with 232 luck, this shouldn't happen at New Game Plus. All this footage is from New Game Plus, just the same place, doing the same thing I was doing before. Yeah, I got a 5-star drop there, but again, it's an accessory. I can get these from the Panda. Why? Why am I getting accessories more often than gear? Why has this been changed, and why was it changed for the worst, Team Ninja? We have all, the community, and I'm not the only one, everyone I've been speaking to about gear drops has stated the exact same thing. The 5-star gear drop rate in this case for this game is absolutely low. People are going to get fed up of playing this game because the 5-star gear rarely drops, and the only way it drops is if you actually farm for it. It's not like you're even playing the game, playing through the missions, or having fun. No, you have to put together a luck build to specifically kill this monkey for the best chances of 5-star gear. I mean, it's boring after a while. I have no pleasure in playing the game like this, but I want to make builds, and the best gear to make builds, let's all be honest, it's 5-star. And if I can, I want to get my hands on those. But I would like the drop rate to be better, not to be made worse. And it's clear that it has been made worse, and you will see it very shortly at the end of this recording that one of those 2-star drops actually shows up during my recording. But just look at the rate. Not even 4 stars. I'm rarely getting a 4-star. It's a major 3-star fest show. It's absolutely awful. I don't understand why it has been lowered even further when it was already so bad. Why would Team Ninja do this? Especially after the community said we needed it better. But in any case, the video is now coming to an end. You will see that 2-star drop now. And I will let you see it for yourselves. But so far, this has been Kadima at Kadima Gaming Place. Thank you so much for joining. Please consider subscribing if you haven't just yet. Leave a like and a comment down below. And there is a 2-star incense container for you guys. And if you check all my previous footage, not a single time I had a 2-star drop here. That's my evidence for you. Feel free to leave a comment down below and have a good day. Cheerio!